Hello, welcome back to another unedited Onkruid Soulstone Survivors video. Butchered the intro right there, but it's all fine. Going with the Barbarian today as promised, with the upgraded weapons, and we're going with a very similar rune build to what we had last time. Purity, Focus Fire, Generalist. What we're aiming for therefore in this run and in this build is to have a bunch of different skills from different classes, but all of them kind of in the frontal, missile, physical, slam, swing, all those kinds of things. Just abilities that are high damage and focused on a small area potentially. And then what is left for us to do is just get nice up and close and personal with these enemies and show them who's boss. Show them what's really real. Show them what's good. Serve them, if you will. I will have to let them get served. It's all gonna work out fine. I'm already excited for this run. I already know everything is gonna be fine, and bleed is definitely gonna help us with that. Or more potential to apply bleed at least. It's gonna go a long way. Let's try and head into the corner for a little bit already. Not that I want to implore or imply that we need to use speedrun strats, but I feel like it's gonna be quite potent and quite beneficial for us to stand over here, linger on this side of the map a bit, this area of the map, and then just look at all these enemies spawning around us. That's exactly what we're here for, right? Quick strike in front of you based on your movement speed. Interesting. I've never used that before. It's just a nice little spear thrust, like Pantheon in League would do. Attack speed, damage increase. Let's go for damage increase. We're gonna make quick strike the run winner today. I just realized that I forgot to look in the last run which ability was the actual damage dealer in the end, because we know that or if you did watch that video, you know that we kind of popped off. I think we're gonna go for Shadow Spikes because it's physical and it's a different type of ability, and it's still kind of cool. We kind of popped off. There was a certain ability that for some reason really blew up all the enemies, and I just realized that we forgot to look at it. Maybe if you look at the video in the end, you can still see it without me noticing it, because I always show the end screen a little bit in my video, I think. But you will have to be quick. Maybe pause the video a bit, just like you did earlier when you were a kid and there was a naughty scene in a regular movie. We all know you paused it. You paused it, you filthy pervert. No, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be called a filthy pervert for that at all. I think it's normal behavior for children, especially when you're starting puberty and stuff, to kind of explore whatever option you can get to look into the beauty of the female or male body. I don't judge, and I can't know for certain. Chaosbolt? Sure. I can't know for certain which type of attraction you felt, but you shouldn't be ashamed about it, that's for sure. I think it's healthy for people to explore their sexuality a bit and explore their interests in life, their relational interests, because of course we humans are very much social beings. We are very much social beings until you're like in the line at the supermarket and the person in front of you takes their grand old time scanning their 15 different items, you know? Then you're not a social species anymore. We're carnivores, we're cannibals, we want to eat each other. And that's when we would really benefit from communism as well. Because then of course we wouldn't have to be in a store to buy food, because there would be no food at all. Body slam. Based on maximum health. So I guess this run is really going to be crazy. We're going to go for block power, maximum health, and speed. I don't necessarily think we have anything related to block power yet, so that's why I didn't take it there. But I can't help but notice that I feel like our ability based that we just picked up, our body slam, deals a hell of a lot of damage, or did I see that incorrectly? We definitely apply a lot of debuffs, that's for sure. Yeah, we're onto something. We're in the money yet again. Do we want to replace anything? I feel like that Shadow Spikes might be better off replaced with Subdue. Subdue, that's for sure. Maybe we're not benefiting as much as we could from the generalist rune now, because we have quite some similar skills in our arsenal. But if you saw how quickly that Lord got taken down, I think we don't have anything to worry about for a second. Maybe some area upgrades would be beneficial, because right now our damage is very, very much focused. But if we do land our hits, I feel like no enemy stands a chance for now. I'm gonna go for this first, but I should keep in mind that movement speed upgrades are nothing to sneeze at this time around. Multicast for a missile. Throw X and Chaos Bolt. No, that's not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for in the slightest. We want to replace this Chaos Bolt 2 probably, if I'm not mistaken. Multicast chance of the skill Subdue. Yeah, sure, we're gonna keep Subdue. In the end, it all boiled down into just like having a regular old physical build, I think. But hey, it's all fine as long as we are able to kill the lords. Everything is a-okay, right? What I was talking about, we're a social species. We know that connectedness. Oh, all right. Goodbye, Chaos Bolt. We know that connectedness is a protective factor against almost every type of psychopathology, every type of illness or disorder you can experience, and just in general negative feelings as well. And well, oh, damn, we're flying across the map. What was I getting at this point? I was talking about being a social species, being related to each other. Help? No idea anymore. No idea anymore. So I guess it's up to me now to quickly switch subjects before it gets awkward. I haven't been listening to as many podcasts as I would have wanted to lately. I've spent a bunch of time doing other stuff. This was armor power. Armor power and block power. Is that the same or is that still something different? Knowing this game, it's going to be still something different. Either way, I've listened to less podcasts than I would have liked to. I've also read a bit less books, but now I'm talking about podcasts. I used to be very, very much into Het Inzicht by Joël de Keulaar, a very interesting Dutch podcast where he is Joël de Keulaar. He is an maximum health. We're gonna move slow, but we're gonna deal a lot of damage. He's a journalist, a quality journalist. He writes real newspaper articles and not like, hey, take this quiz to find out what type of wheelbarrow you are. Damage increase for all frontals, yes please. And he invites experts from different fields, for example, a philosophy person or a person that is very well known for making commercials and stuff, and lets them talk about their biggest life lesson. I was really, really into that podcast. I listened to the first 4 episodes. Me and my buddy Coolkit, or Berglucht, I keep saying Coolkit, it's just ingrained in my brain somewhere. Berglucht, or just Steph. We made a nice podcast episode about it ourselves. A podcast episode about a podcast episode. Very meta, we know, but that was definitely enjoyable. But then after that, I haven't listened to it at all anymore, I believe. And I haven't listened to any podcast, or at least not consciously. Maybe while falling asleep, I used to dabble into a podcast episode here and there. The Sisyphus podcast, for example. Very talented YouTuber. Late Storm, huh? No, I think we're focusing way more on the frontal than on the area damage. Our Quick Strike is level 9 already, so I think that's a very potent ability. But I think that it also has to do with me not going for a run anymore in a while. I'm still feeling a bit burnt out from my 100 kilometer run during the month of October, and I still haven't ran since then. I should really, really get into it. Maybe that's my goal for this week, you know? At least go for a run once. Maybe I'll go in the weekend, maybe I'll go here during the week while I'm still in Leuven. Who knows? Either way, I am gonna make sure that I run at least once this week. Not today though. And you know, maybe also not tomorrow. And you know, Thursday is actually not such a good time for me, and that's how you don't achieve your goals, right? No, you need to make concrete plans. You need to make achievable, time-bound plans. I will go for a run Thursday before noon. There we go. That's it. Thursday before noon. You will catch me running around here in the streets of Leuven, having a good old blast. And potentially, if you see me wearing my little wireless OnePlus buds, you will know that Joël de Keulaar is spitting bars into my ear. Quite an exciting thing to look forward to. Now all that's left to do is to actually do it. And that's of course the easy part. Said nobody ever. Either way though, I know for sure that I'm going to be able to do it. Thursday, before noon, nice little run. Thursday is an exciting day as well because I have a concert planned in the evening with my girlfriend. We're going to see Sons, as in like the male children. Sons, that's the name of their band. They're a Belgian punk rock band. That's what I would presumably call them. Some heavy hitting music, not necessarily because of the lines and the lyrics, but because of just the intensity of the guitars and the drums and stuff. Definitely an enjoyable band. We've seen them together, and my girlfriend has seen them even more often than me, I think. It's an enjoyable band. It's gonna be an energetic concert. I'm hyped for it. It is quite late though, that's the only negative part about it, because actually the day after that I have a second part of the job interview at the new space where I'm gonna be working for 50% of the time in the future. So I hope that I'm gonna be able to fall asleep quickly once we get home, but normally that is no problem for me at all. I am definitely an easy sleeper. Damn, our build is strong, man. We're dealing a whole lot of damage over here. Of course, killing all the side monsters right now is going a bit slower because we don't have a large area, a large amount of area upgrades. So we have to focus our attacks on specific monsters at a time, and we can just clear out entire screens. But once the lords come in, they don't stand a chance. They're just no match for our build right now. Area effect for the missiles is not what we're looking for. We want attack speed for one ability. I think we want the 5% extra damage for all abilities, because I think that our double slash is not necessarily always hitting the enemies. We're staying at quite a safe distance, because the quick strike is a bit of a ranged attack, if you will. So, but yeah, that's exciting. It's happening right here in Leuven, so we don't have to go far. I'll probably go by bike still, if it doesn't rain too hard, because I have to pay for all my little bus trips now that I'm not a student anymore. I already had to pay for them, of course, but it was only 20 euros, so that was definitely something that I was comfortable paying. 20 euros at the start of the year, not 20 euros for every bus fare. That would be absolutely insane. But no, when it's a student, which is something I'm not anymore, which is still quite hard to imagine sometimes, but it's way easier to get around in Leuven. But now I need to pay like 2 euros and 50 cents every time I want to take the bus, even if it's just like 2 stops. Oh, here we go, the lords already. Let's make quick work of them. That's why I'm cycling around quite often. And not that I mind, because I love cycling, a bit of exercise, but I do definitely need to get some fresh air pumped into my front tire, because it's getting really, really flat. And that makes the cycling a bit less, something to be a bit less enthusiastic about, because it makes it hard as dick sometimes. Especially in the area where we live in, because there's a bunch of uphill segments all the time as well. So you definitely need to have a bicycle that is up for the challenge, that is well equipped to tackle these mountains here. Already facing the last set of lords in a second, and I think we found like a success formula, right? I hope it's not gonna get boring if we always go these type of builds where it's very much frontal damage focused instead of all the area abilities we normally take, but it seems to work. It definitely seems to work quite well, and I want to progress throughout this series as well, so I might consider just going this every single run from now on, because I'm also still enjoying myself. The enjoyment from this series and this game for me right now though just comes in the form of mindfulness, if you will, really. And it's kind of paradoxal, because my mindfulness in this game and in this series is not really focused on the game. Hell, I could even be playing this with my eyes closed until I have to pick an upgrade, and I think I would still be fine. Listening to hear that my revive didn't get popped, and it didn't, so yeah, I could even do that. No, the mindfulness part of this game, the part that I am fully aware of in the moment, that I am really focusing on, is just my thoughts. It's really always just a period of about 15 minutes that I can be completely alone with my thoughts. I can structure them out loud, and you people are here to listen to them, and that's amazing. It's amazing that you're so interested in what I have to say that you stick around and listen to me ramble on for 15 entire minutes, you know? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful concept. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day. Any U2 fans? Any Bono fans? Even though he is the largest living piece of shit. Not that I actually hate him, but that was a South Park reference. I don't have anything against Bono, I think. Then again, I don't know that much about Bono at all, but I enjoy some U2 songs. A beautiful day. Vertigo. There's definitely Where the Streets Have No Name is also quite enjoyable. Yeah, all in all, I think it's quite an enjoyable band. I'm not gonna try and... I know it's my mother's favorite band, or it was her favorite band for a while at least. Also, she's very much into Foo Fighters. She has quite a decent music taste. Also, Royal Blood, for example, which is something I don't really like. Also, The Haunted Youth is something both my parents are really interested in, but that's a bit of an unknown Belgian band, so not everybody will know what I'm talking about there. But I think their music taste is quite fine, actually. Sam Fender and Inhaler are also bands she is interested in, and that's bands I'm interested in as well. Scent of Blood, increase your cast frequency modifier by an additional 10%. For each check of bleed. Alright, so a whole bunch of cast frequency upgrades and then win a match with all curses, including tier 3 enabled on the Whispering Grove. Oh, this looks interesting. 100% of your critical chance is added to your critical damage multiplier. Ooh, so this is like, hey, you want to go a crit build? You can go a crit build. Awesome, that opens up new possibilities as well. Thanks all for watching. I hope to see you in the next one, where we might use our little fella the Barbarian once more to get to level 30 as well and unlock the other rune that this guy can unlock. And it will all go down on the 4th map, the Frozen Wastelands. See you then. Bye bye.